Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. So for today's video, I wanted to share with you my facial routine that I do on every Friday, and I call it Facial Fridays. And it's basically my at-home version of a facial where I use a face steamer and I also use a blackhead remover, and I'll use one of the face masks that I have. Today I'm going to be using a bentonite clay face mask, which is really awesome because it really gets deep into your pores. I also like to shape my eyebrows at this time because I feel like it's a way to keep me in a routine of keeping up with them so they don't get too out of hand. And I also like to finish with a face roller or a gosha stone with an intense moisturizer. So in case you're new here, my name is Cassandra and I make natural beauty and lifestyle videos. So if you're interested, hit that subscribe button and let's get into the video. So I'm starting off by putting on this cute little headband that came with the face steamer. It actually works really well to keep your hair out of the way, so I highly recommend using it. And I'll link the face steamer that I use in the description. And I also like to clip up my hair in the back because I have a lot of hair and it can get a little frizzy from the steam, so I like to keep that out of the way. So the face steamer comes with this little cup that tells you the exact amount to put into the face steamer, so you don't want to put any more than one of these little cups. So I'm just filling it up. I'm also going to take a drink of water. I'm so thirsty. Okay. So just putting that into the face steamer. Just putting the head back on. And to turn it on, you just hit this button here. Okay, so now the steamer is heating up. So I'm just gonna get my Pore blackhead remover ready. And I like to do my nose first. So I use the biggest one. Put it in the steamer and I'll put it down so you can see it. So I'll steam my face for a few minutes before I start using the blackhead remover. I like to use this while the face steamer is on because I feel like once the face steamer is off, my face gets kind of dry and then it doesn't really work as well, and I guess the pores start to close also. So this is what it looks like. And I'm using the largest head just on the nose. You definitely don't want to use the large head on any other parts of your face because they're a lot more sensitive. And I also recommend using a lower number and then working yourself up. And then it also has some lights, basically a blue light, a red light, and a green light. I don't think they actually really do too much, so I don't really bother with those. For the sake of it, I'll put it on green. So I usually start it on 4 here. And I'm gonna start going over my nose. I like to hold it down too, so it doesn't pull too much. It does leave a little bit of redness, but it goes away pretty quickly. Okay, so now I'm just turning it off. And yes, my nose is super red, I know. And then you can see the stuff that comes out. Pretty gross, I know, but it really does work. And now I'm gonna put on the second smallest head. And I'm gonna put that on number 4 as well. So just moving to number 4, you can see that. And I'm just gonna go over my cheeks. It's important, sorry, it's important that you don't pull the suction off of your skin while it's suctioning. Just let it naturally release itself as you get to the edge of your face. And I just like to leave the face steamer on the part that I'm doing. So now I'm just gonna do my forehead. I always like to go upward or to the side, but never down. Make sure. And now I'm just doing the other cheek. And you don't want to go too close to your eye because that skin is really sensitive. So my face is getting a little bit dry on this side, so that's why it's not continuing to the other side. So that's why I like to keep the face steamer on the whole time. I'm just doing my upper lip. Around my chin. And that's it, we're done. And yes, my face is a little bit red, especially right here. Apple cider vinegar works really well to calm any redness if you do experience it. Sorry. So you can see that there's a bit of redness on my face. This is totally normal. So I just want to show you what came off on this head. And as you can tell, there is a significant amount that came off. So yeah, pretty gross, but just wanted to show you so you know that it's actually working. And if you're thinking about getting one, I totally recommend. I think it's so awesome. So I just like to spray my face with rose water just to calm it down a little bit. So now moving on to the face mask. And like I said, I'm going to be using bentonite clay today. So for this mask, you basically use equal parts of the bentonite clay and equal parts apple cider vinegar. So I like to use about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So I'm just taking 1 tablespoon and putting it inside a bowl. Yeah, I would say definitely more like 1 tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. This into the bowl as well. And I swear that I have a spoon. No, I don't. I'm gonna go grab one. Okay, so I'm just taking the spoon and mixing it together. And this is what it looks like. So this mask is pretty crazy because you can actually feel your face pulsating underneath it as it hardens. So if you do notice that, it's totally normal. And I like to use a brush to brush it on my face, but feel free to use your hands. So So I'm just wiping it on. So they say you want to get a pretty thick layer on. They actually say on the bottle 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. And honestly, I don't know how you're supposed to put a 1/2 an inch of clay on your face. But let me know if you're able to succeed with that, because I haven't even attempted. It just sounds so ridiculous. I should probably look in the mirror because I can barely see what I'm doing. Feels very cool and refreshing at first. I don't always use this mask, but I'll show you the other masks that I like to incorporate. I only do face masks once a week. I know that you can do them more often. Maybe that would be more beneficial, but honestly, who has the time really? Or energy. It's more about energy, I feel like, not necessarily time. So I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like January starts to get pretty depressing after Christmas and New Year's. I don't know if it's the lack of vitamin D, but honestly, it starts to get pretty hard to wake up in the morning. And it just seems like days just kind of melt into days and they all seem like they're the same. And where I live, it's particularly cloudy and gray. So that can be depressing in itself as well. You're basically never seeing the sun. So yeah, it can get hard. I still go on my 1.5 hour walk every day. If you haven't watched my New Year's habits video, definitely give that a watch. Okay, so we are pretty much done. Guess I'll just kind of go in here. So we're pretty much done, and the bottle says to keep this on for 15 to 20 minutes, but if you have delicate skin, keep it on for 5 to 10 minutes. But honestly, it's not going to be dry in 5 minutes or 10 minutes really. I always leave it on for 20 minutes because go big or go home. No, I just want to get as much out of my pores as possible, and I feel like the mask doesn't actually dry until 20 minutes. So yeah, I always do 20 minutes. So I'm going to put a timer on for that. And starting 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here for 20 minutes and bore you to death. So I will leave and come back, and I will let you see what the mask looks like when it's dry. And yeah, okay, see you in 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been 20 minutes, and as you can tell, it is solidified on my face and I can barely talk or smile. So funny. So it is dry, and now I'm gonna wash it off. It's so weird how you can't even move your jaw. Okay, be right back. So I'm back, and I've just finished washing the mask off my face. And in case you were wondering, I washed it off with a hemp face cloth and some warm water. So I really love this mask because it makes the pores on my nose so much smaller. I have pretty large pores there. And yes, there is some redness left from the mask. On the bottle, it says slight redness of the skin is normal and will disappear in about 30 minutes. And for me, it does disappear within 30 minutes, sometimes even less, and it doesn't hurt or anything, so it's definitely worth it. Rose water. So now is the time that I shape my eyebrows, and it'll probably be impossible for me to do this on camera. So I'm back and I just finished my eyebrows. It's funny, I used to say that I would never touch my eyebrows because I didn't want to ruin the shape. But since COVID happened and everything has been closed multiple times, it's closed now, and it was closed back from March till I believe maybe July because they weren't allowing people to touch your face. Basically, I just was fed up and decided to start doing my own eyebrows, and I feel like since I've been doing it weekly, it's been really easy. So I do it with my facial routine, so I get it done every time. And I noticed that since there's not too many hairs that grow back each week, it's been easy and I don't really have to like find my eyebrows, because before I used to let the hair grow and then I'd be at a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, my eyebrows are a mess, and it would be hard to kind of figure out which hairs to keep and which hairs not to keep because there was just so many coming out. But now, since I've been doing a little bit of hairs every week, it's been super easy, and now I will never go back to getting my eyebrows done, I think, because it's just something that I can do myself and I would be able to save money. So leave a comment in the comments below and let me know what you've started to do yourself since COVID happened. I've started to do my own waxing, I started to do my own eyebrows, I started to do my own nails, like pedicures and manicures. So yeah, let me know. See, silver linings in everything. So now I'm going to put my intense conditioning cream on, and this is called Dab. It's an ozonated beauty balm by Living Libations, and it looks like this, and it looks like this on the inside. I'm almost done. This is my second time purchasing, and I'll probably purchase again. And I just find it to be really hydrating. I don't use it daily, I just use it during special times where I want to give my face some intense hydration. It smells really good. My lips are so dry. So I like to leave this headband on just because I do put on more moisturizer than usual, so I don't like it when my hair gets super oily around my face, so it's just best to keep it out of the way until your skin absorbs most of it. I don't know if you can notice, but the redness is already dissipating. Okay, so now I'm using my face roller and just going over my face with light pressure. I like to go along my jawline, so I like to rub over each area like 50 to 60 times, I think. I like to take my time and go over each area because it feels good. Because they say that your face is just a muscle, right? So if you keep kind of like moving it into the shape that you want it to be, then it'll actually change the shape and bring out more of your definition. It's also really nice to have a cup of tea while you're doing this. I didn't have one because I was preparing to do this video and just totally overlooked it. And I also usually like to have a diffuser on with essential oils to bring more relaxation into the whole process. Like usually I'll use lavender or sage. So you can definitely see that the redness is really reduced by now. And you can do this for as long as you feel like. Sometimes I'll go over and sit on the couch and watch something and just continuously move this over my face just because it does feel really nice and kind of relaxing. Okay, so I feel like I'm pretty much done, and this is what my face looks like. There is a bit of redness still, but that'll go away shortly, and especially some here because I did pluck my eyebrows with tweezer. Yeah, so my face feels amazing after doing this. So that is my Friday facial routine. I do this every week on Friday. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I put out natural beauty and lifestyle videos consistently, and I will see you next time. Bye.